Welcome, my Mercurial mercenaries! It's the album playthrough that we've all been waiting for. We are going to listen to the incredible talent that is MF DOOM. Yeah, in all seriousness, this is a guy that I'd never heard of before I started doing hip-hop on this channel, before I started doing reactions. And it pains me to this day to admit that, because one of the first albums I listened to from the hip-hop genre was Dr. Octagon in the mid-90s. And he had this kind of collage of sound that he would do intellectual, sexual raps over the top of. And unbeknownst to me, MF DOOM was out there doing a similar thing that I would really have enjoyed. I didn't need to wait till I was an old man to listen to it. But that's what happened. And so, from my relatively minor dealings with the guy, I appreciate his lyrical gymnastics. And what I tried to say, I did a YouTube short back along where I was trying to say to people, and this is just me being a kind of former Britpop guitar player, singer, I was trying to say, yes, we can all appreciate lyrical prowess, lyrical genius. But what I was hearing from MF DOOM was some really snazzy production skills. Cutting and splicing, really old school. Unfortunately, during that video, I held aloft the Madlib album he did, Mad Villainy. And people were like, don't you realise it's Madlib producing that one? They missed the point, it was just a hand. And I don't necessarily know what to expect here from Operation Doomsday, but I'm certainly anticipating more lyrical genius. But if this is his debut album, I'm expecting some production shenanigans, some production trickery too. The album cover itself tells me quite a few details, front and back. The label, which we'll lose when I remove the cellophane, tells me MF DOOM's classic debut album, Operation Doomsday. Includes Doomsday, Rhymes Like Dimes, Gas Draws, and Red and Gold. I'm assuming these are the hit songs off the album. What looks like a picture of Dr. Doom rapping. And I think that's where he got his inspiration from in the beginning. Although I appreciate the kind of metal gladiator mask look. On the reverse, in a kind of Arial font, it's a bit odd actually. It's a really amateurish reverse of an album. See what I mean about the font? All songs written and produced by MF DOOM. Everybody wrote their own rhymes and did their own cuts. Rest in peace, the Grand Wizard, DJ Subrock, K-Nit and J Black. My lack of knowledge and lack of research does cause me to get complaints in the comment sections from people that are like, why is he talking over this? Why is he not referencing this? Why is he not doing this? Yeah, I know. But I like to go into things afresh. And sometimes that means that I won't acknowledge someone who's died or whatever. Now, on this occasion, I'm very well aware that MF DOOM is no more. And I just got into him at that point, and it was actually a bit of a shock. It was a bit of a shock. But there's a picture on the back of this record, black and white. There's two guys on it, and one has his eyes kind of blacked out. I would assume, who knows? I assume that's MF DOOM. And I know that he had an interesting life. This is no research, this is just what I've picked up on from just listening to his albums and from comment sections. So MF DOOM was part of some kind of rap collective, and at some point in time, I think in the 90s, early 90s, his brother died, I think. And then MF DOOM hit hard times until the point where he released this album, and I'm assuming that this album will be referencing his brother's death. It's just lots of assumptions, okay? I admit. Lots of assumptions. As far as this album goes, I do like the cover. I mean, that's like just classic, isn't it? Classic. And it says here side 0, side 1, side 2, and side 3. I've never heard of a side 0 before. Maybe he's just trying to be different. It's going to feature skits from what I've heard from MF DOOM before. We're going to have cuts from TV shows, probably a lot of cartoons, where he will just take that cut, that loop, that sample from the TV show, and he'll loop it and he'll rap over the top of it, and he won't necessarily do a lot more with the original sample. I'm going to assume a kind of lo-fi, grabbing bits and pieces from popular culture and just putting lyrical genius over the top. That's what I'm going to assume. I'll just say it right now. I say this in pretty much every video, I admit. But I'm genuinely excited. And this is an artist who I just keep like an Indiana Jones at the beginning of Raiders of the Lost Ark with a boulder coming down. I'm getting an ever-rolling, increasing appreciation for an artist that's already left this earth. And luckily for me, probably not for some of you, but for me, I've still got stuff that he did which I haven't heard yet to listen to, and this is just amazing. So yes, I appreciate that I could listen to the lyrics on the first listen and make a big deal of it, but you know that's not going to happen because it's a side of vinyl that's going to play regardless of me trying to talk over it. Let's just listen to the sound waves hitting our ears, and maybe we'll make another video at another time talking about the lyrics. But let's just listen to what he was trying to achieve, which would have been cohesion and a sound that people can just hear and probably fall in love with. I'm making quite a few assumptions here. Maybe I'll hate it.
I've been expecting you.
Great. I'm excited. Come on. Come on. Come on. What mad sample are we going to start with?
When this reporter, babe, get here, she gonna be on our tip, man. You know she gonna want to write about me and my man here, all kind of long articles.
Flash message, top secret, ultra.
Yeah, and when she does, and
Stephen Hawking involved straight away.
That's gonna be an end secret exposed, his face for everyone to see, man. That's the whack, you know.
Exposing his face.
Talk about, man.
You've got to remember, we're back to the beginning now. The debut of the Metal Face.
Yeah, if I do this interview,
Metal Face,
you know, will I get paid
your
for it?
concurrence in the above is assumed.
Gee, where you get your
That is Stephen Hawking.
You don't get paid.
Notify MFKMDGYPCM effective immediately.
But he's not gonna get money. Yeah, but that's true what he said, man. I don't want my picture in the paper. Look, man, I know how to publicity.
Top secret, ultra, end of message.
Cash money for this. You might not get the money like right now, but you're gonna have money like Barry White.
Just pulling stuff from TV, as I was expecting. Whoa! A little snippet of rock and roll. Was that from the original sample?
Now,
whoa!
who will be the first to tell me of a past?
Yeah, cutting and splicing. Whoa!
Why don't you tell him about the time we faced
Bit mental.
All right. Well, as I remember,
Bit mental
Doom
straight off the
had
bat.
threatened world leaders with destruction of every major city on Earth.
I remember every time I listen to Doom, the way that he does his beats
Good evening.
can be really off the grid. Off the grid.
What's on your evil
People
mind?
who use digital audio workstations will know what I'm talking about.
I have plotted my revenge on you. Now I shall have it. Bid farewell to your friend.
Bid farewell to your
Doom hates
friends.
us all. But in his warped mind, he has a personal score to settle with me.
Yeah, cartoon. I mean, he's a cartoon. He chooses to have a cartoon cover. He lives a cartoon alter
Operation
ego.
Doomsday.
Whoa!
Mic check.
Here we go. He's entered. Soulful. Soulful straight off the bat. Mic check. I was talking in the last video about my love for record scratching because of my Dr. Octagon introduction to the whole genre.
Come through, dig the sound.
Wow. Record scratching as hi-hat.
Crowd around.
Even though there's still a hi-hat.
I used to cop a lot. When
Used to
cop
cop a
would
lot.
drop. Hold mics like ponytails tight and bobble ops. Stop and stick around. Come through and dig the sound of the
I am-
606 cycle. Who throws a dick around? Bound to go.
I'm a fan of women
Destroy rap.
doing
It's an
interesting
intricate
things with their
plot.
hair.
Boy strap. Fem stack,
Pigtails,
cats get kidnapped.
ponytails,
Then release a
plaits in
statement to the
general.
press. Let the rest know who did that.
Apart from
Metal
Bo
Fist
Derek
terrorists claim
in 10, that was
Broken
horrific.
household name usually said
Shut up.
hostility. What is MF?
He's got
Silly.
such
I like
a
to take
smooth
men
voice.
to the end for 2 milli. Do-do-do-do-do, that's That's an audio daily double. Rappers need to fall off just to save me the trouble. Yo, watch your own back, came in and go out alone.
Hear that record scratch, it's just playing throughout.
Cognac on Doomsday. Ever since the womb till I'm back where my brother went, that's what my tumor say. Right above my government doom.
Okay.
Either unmarked or engraved, hey, who's to say?
It's just flowing over me as sound waves, but I'm hearing the brother and the tomb.
Cell number 17, I'm under the top bunk. I say this not to be mean, was bad luck a pop junk. Pop the trunk on C-Cypher Punk.
He has got a mastery of rhyming.
Ain't no escape, blame MF tape. Definition super villain. A killer who loved children, one who is well skilled in destruction as well as building.
And since I've done some of these reactions, I've gone and looked at the internal rhymes within rhymes.
Get out my face, asking about my case, need toothpaste.
Like a reference to Edgar Allan Poe. The first song in the Eurovision Song Contest this year was a song called Who the Hell is Edgar? People boasting about the fact they don't know who Edgar Allan Poe is. I guarantee MF Doom knew who Edgar Allan Poe was. Okay.
Right above my government doomlay, either unmarked or engraved, hey, who's to say?
Until I'm back with my brother, that's what my tune will say. Oh! I've got to remember, this is like the late 90s, isn't it now? This is actually quite old school, by modern standards.
Never let it interfere with the Yeti ghetto slang. Nicknames off nipple and tip of nipples, metal fang.
And we got nipples and tipples. I like a nipple. Oh, do I like a nipple? And a tipple. Jesus, do I like a tipple and a nipple? I'm not sure whether I prefer nipples or tipples.
I took her back to the truck, she was uncool, spitting all out the sunroof through her missing tooth. But then she has a sexy voice, sound like Jazzy Joyce. So I turned it up faster than a speeding knife. Strong enough to please a wife. Able to
come on.
Today's math in the 48 keys of life. Cut the crap for us rap. Touch the mic and get the same thing an A-Rab would do to you for stealing. What the devil? He's on another level. It's a word, no a name. MF, the super villain.
MF, the super villain. I love the way he maintains the super villain thing throughout his life. Never really being pictured without the metal mask, the metal face. But I'm also appreciating the fact he has other alter egos, like King Ghidorah and Victor Vaughan. I've yet to listen to. I've yet to listen to Victor Vaughan. I mean, so what's this a sample of then? Track 2, Doomsday. We've got no information whatsoever. But he's able to remove the instrumentation and leave the sample going, which is interesting. Maybe it's like that in the original sample? Oh, okay. Very rarely that's done. Trying to think what famous songs do that. Strawberry Fields Forever? Fade out and fade back in again? Very rarely done anyway. Oh! This is so smooth. Yeah, the record scratch on the top, providing the rhythm, is quite mad, isn't it? Isn't that quite mad? Whoa! That's weird. Playing with the volume like that. It's like he's riding the desk. People who know about Pink Floyd's Dark Side of the Moon will know what I mean.
In his right hand was your man's worst nightmare. Loud enough to burst his right eardrum close range. The game is not only dangerous, but it's most strange. I sell rhymes like dimes.
Rhymes like dimes.
Featuring
Cucumber Slice.
You just happy to see me trick. Classical slapstick rappers need chapstick. A lot of them sound like they're in a talent show, so I give them something to remember like the Alamo. Tally ho, a hot joker like Space Game. Came back from 5 years laying the stage, the same sand. Electromagnetic field, it blocks all out.
Smooth again.
Shocks a biological clock. When I hit it, slid into the shit, I thought I killed a goose. My power use was pure brittle water, filter juice. Keep a pen like a fiend, keep a pipe with him.
Did he mention the Brit Awards then?
To a friend who write with him. Never seen this shit again.
Not sure, we're not going to go back and re-listen. I think he mentioned the Brit Awards. If he did, right?
The one who mostly keep cats who brag about
Remember,
the
right?
times. Better
MF
rap,
Doom is
better
British.
Songs, better not if you got a lot of what it
Our
takes just to
greatest
get along.
British
Surrender
rapper.
now, so for serious setbacks. Got get back, connects, wet back.
Shut up,
stats.
Americans.
Even if you got to get jet black, head to toe to get the dough. Battle for bottles of Mo or Joe. This fly flow take practice like Tybo with Billy Blanks.
that backing there.
Really thanks to the gonna lost forever like oh my darling Clementine. He holds
That's that kind of like
rhyme. When is his time? I hope it's all
that kind of saxophone sound we used to use in 90s 16-bit games.
Make them wish they could erase it out.
Kind of JPEG Mafia-esque.
No credit for a bag. If you want what they got, then go get it. It's all gag. Only in America could you find a way to earn a healthy buck and still keep your attitude on self-destruct. I sell rhymes like dimes.
Interesting.
The one who mostly keep cash, but tell about the broke times. Zoka rhymes
Kind
like
of commentary on America there.
Trick. Classical slapstick rappers need chapstick.
Earning the money, but still
like they ain't a talent show,
feeling
so I give them something to remember
angry.
like the Alamo, Tally Ho.
I don't think that's unique to America. I think you can earn money here and be angry. Actually, I've never earned any money. I can't talk about earning money.
When I hit it, slid it to the shit, I thought I killed a goose. Her power use was pure Brita water filter juice. Keep a pen like a fiend, keep a pipe with him. Gentleman who lent a pen to a friend who write with him. Never seen the shit
He is
again, but
mentioned in
he's
the Brit
still my
Awards.
dunny.
The Brit
Only thing
Awards
that come between
are
us is
our
killing money.
version of the
We
Grammys.
sell rhymes like dimes. The one who mostly keep cash, but tell about the broke times.
It's all about record sales and not about... Well, let's face it, very few award shows are ever about talent. They're popularity contests. But usually you're popular because you're talented, so they kind of go hand in hand a little. Maybe.
Check it out, y'all.
Check it out, y'all. So I'm not sure. Is this an alter ego or is this cucumber slice? Check, chow.
Thanks for my man MF Doom.
A little bit of Phil Collins. No,
Regulation status right here. Follow recordings. 1999. Yeah.
oh,
What are you supposed to say on the end of records? I don't know.
yeah, woo,
Yeah. Mashed potatoes.
mashed potato, do the twist,
Sauce.
applesauce,
Buttery.
buttery, biscuits.
And I get lost. Yes, y'all.
Yes.
Don't stop. Keep on.
Feeding into what became
Say what?
food.
Yeah. You thought it was over.
Biscuits and gravy, right? That's a thing in America, yeah? Over here, we don't have a clue what you're talking about. You do not put custard creams in gravy. Well, I wouldn't.
Listen to www.hairline.com.
Hairline.com. I'll tell you what.
Cool Bob Love.
I'll tell you what. There were www dots in 1999, but
As the life cycle goes on,
it was nothing like it is today.
and you learn to hold
Nothing
on,
like it is
hold
today.
on to things like the mic, and you learn to appreciate who's the nicest on said device, but who is
Time it's a sumo, too much drama, blind behind the rumor. Time and time inside my mind, I'm trying to find a tumor. Time it's a sumo, no time for humor. As soon as one of your men's dead and him dead, you trying to find Puma. Sooner the better. We in the sweater already through your leather. We coming through the brutal weather. We ready to do whatever. Yo, Doom, you with it?
you know it like a poet, my brother. Hey, gun, you with it?
Whatever.
I know about going paid to broke to next day, well
This is
off to
good.
bust a shell off.
This is
Dick
proper,
Rhymes,
like-
get the hell off. Made a call
This is
to a
proper,
client,
like,
must have had to sell off or show
what
off.
I used
He
to
had the
hear
same
through the
bike,
walls of my
fuck
brother's
off.
room.
I tell
Not that I was
all
listening with the
facts,
glass
besides, if you a
to my
fact,
brother's
niggas is
bedroom.
whack
That'd
to
be
the
weird.
last two
But when he's
tracks.
playing
Matter
his
of fact,
hip
y'all
hop,
can wait for the rep
this
to
is like
tell
what I'm
the
trying to say.
tale how he
This sounds old
escaped from
school.
depths
We
of
gon'
hell.
die, he gon' die like a soldier die. Hold on a swollen eye, drinking no gold, smoking the stove, watching Popo patrol the beach, blowing my high.
The final
rolling
track on the
problems.
side.
He gon' try to reach the streets to go to the sky.
Yup, that whole water like drizzle in a paper cup. This one extra
Finest,
stone, a chisel, rip the
featuring
paper
Tommy
up. I
Gunn.
need a cut, a taper
So I'm
up,
assuming
edge
this
up.
different
Niggas
voice
can't
is
measure
Tommy
up.
Gunn.
I'm here to get the treasure
Hands
up.
up, hold him high, do or die. He got heat, no surprise. Stop the beat, close your eyes, got the weed, roll a lot. Not sweet, so no demise. So the guys drop seeds to multiply with them the prophecies. Hold the lie.
You blow my mother, my father,
yeah.
you can't please me. OD. Ghetto misery, blame my brother and sister, but can't bleed me. OJ. Ghetto misery, blame my mother and my father, but can't bleed me. Side fly, whole style stuck up. Used to talk to
Listen to
myself,
that.
I told him shut the fuck up. Buckle up, cause it's about to be
That bass.
rough. He said keep talking that shit, you about to be snuffed. Then we squashed it. I let
What
him
I'm
know to
noticing
watch it.
here,
We
right?
only minute time to join these rhymers in the mosh pit. Gosh, it feel great just to increase the chance for a pussy nigga face to hit the dance floor.
Unlike that, unlike Damn by Kendrick Lamar, there is an absence of sub-bass here. There's an absence of the opportunity for Pelican.
Can't stand you already, can't stand you. Understand you deadly. But my hand was like a band, my man is
that
brand
a
new
little-
and heavy. Yo, Doom, you ready?
Yeah, yo, gun, you with it?
Whatever.
Come on,
That little
stage.
bit of
I wrote this
guitar
rhyme on
there.
my born day. Remind me
It's
of
almost
the
like
same
an
style I
80s
flip
Fairlight
on. Hey,
sample.
Yikes, who could fuck with the likes of one such who
This-
score touchdowns to spike mics?
this
Metal
is
grill,
80s
with many
production.
styles. Better still,
Where
feel
does
like
the
number
sample
26
come
on the
from?
roulette wheel.
Is
And deal,
this
and
an
run rings
80s
around rhymers
sample?
And run rings like number
I bet it
rappers and
is.
old timers.
Shorty in the all black, she thinks she all that. I called her, she said don't call back. She called me, now what you call
bet
that?
it is.
Just go back, I sold crack, hold gas, smoke that, drink that, toe back, fuck where that
So
hoe
who's
at, where
Tommy
that toe
Gunn?
at?
Suffering succotash, his hooker broke him to his last buck of cash. He love her.
'Cause I only know
motherfucker
Tommy
ass,
Gunn
middle
from,
feet, empty
Rocky.
car fender. My agenda up in the basement party, tipping the bartender is unbeknownst to you.
Rocky
Who could get body blown? MF like Mike Frank Corleone. And got his own mighty gone like to know what you staring at. An invisible cat who pull off disappearing act.
Boom,
Raised by a pack
boom,
of wild
boom,
whistles like
boom,
swing back
boom,
front. I'ma be back.
Like brothers in the streets, act
This is the
surrounded
sort
by
of
a bunch
music
of
that
bad
Yellow
bitches like
did.
street back. Fuck with me, I'll be back.
Like
in the
niggas
mid-80s
streets act.
would soundtrack things like
Black misery.
Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Whoa! Be interested to find out what this sample's from. Because I guarantee it's from about 1985. That snare drum sound. Like a Lynn drum type thing. Sounds like 1985.
Black misery.
There's a little bit of Pelican there on that bass. Whoa! That's what I expect from MF Doom.
It was back
Oh!
in the days when I met a brilliant young student named Doom.
Doom. Cut splice. Brilliant young student named Doom.
Hello?
Hello.
Anybody home?
Anyone home? A cauldron bubbling.
Look at that equipment.
Look at that
Wonder
equipment.
what Doom is working on.
I wonder what Doom's working on.
Now I'll just rearrange a few of these circuits.
This is probably, is this from the Dr.
What are
Doom
you
cartoon?
doing in my room? You're even more stupid than I thought. I just came by to say hello.
He just came by to
You
say
better
hello.
recheck those equations. You're off a few decimals.
I can imagine.
Means big trouble if you use this material.
I can picture the cartoons in the background. Oh dear. MF Doom's skits. And his choice of which cartoon he goes for. Gets the nod from me. Are you going to join me for side one? Start with. We're going to start with Go With The Flow. All right? Go with the flow. Go with the flow. Now it sounds to me like that's a previous song called Go With The Flow, which he's sampled and scratching. I could look it up. I could look it up.
Before I start right quick, microphone check 2 2 1 2 1 2. Yeah. Big up all the Monster Island massive, and beware before I triple dare you like the last kid.
However,
who asked me what we don't got that you
he
got,
could have made
son.
the song
One
himself
flow is elementary, my
and
dear,
then
watch,
scratched
son.
it.
Secular,
Although that would
ever
mean
since I was little, not so much to riddle.
producing a song and pressing it onto vinyl yourself just to then scratch it and re-record it to put it on vinyl.
Lost black, I'm not the cool sleep stack. The one who might stop and talk to you. Poison to few. Niggas who be biting styles, I'm like fork too. Ooh, what you got?
I'm assuming it's more likely just a sample that he's adding to. Come on!
So I ask why. The stars from the set shit be fucking with my eye. As I pull it to the chest, a super motherfucking villain. Grip the mic with an iron hand. Throwing them seeds to the fire from out the frying pan. It ain't no use in trying, man. Son, stop crying. Frontin' like you deaf to find. Need to stop lying. Speak your piece. Only once you're spoken to first. Now let me hear your verse while I'm choking you with well-refined rhymes like an editor. Throw them to my collections of skulls and spines like Predator. Fuck around. The only niggas who can hear the same sound was Jet Jaguar and James Brown. Yeah, only and I'm glad I took the time to write their names down just to big them up. I like to say hi, it's Sci-Fly, the odd Merlin. That's quick to whip up a script like Rod Serling. Who I own bad bitch who used to whip the Sterling. Who see God told but never see God Erling. My man Grimm had his little monkey like Space Ghost. Me, myself, I got flavors that outtakes most. With numb gums, some rhymes is late toast. Back to you, MF Doom, you late show host. S to the U to the P-E aura. Who chronicle these times in the 3D horror.
Super aura. Super villain.
Who break bread with stingy kinmen, Indian borrower. Lone gunman who candidly flip fly flows. Single-handedly with one eye closed. In a fly pose. No shirt, Aleye, May. See me stack the $250,000 cash pay. That's that in a smash way. How we did it. Motherfuckers probably couldn't peep it past a minute. Exquisite scripts, the quick shit. Go with the flow.
Go with the flow. That's what I'm doing with the reaction to this song. Just going with the flow.
Pure mathematics, folding stacks like craftmatics. Justice, supreme level of Prince level one. I'm a master sword.
Come on.
VS, shout out, MF Grim, the magician. Guard you now.
Yeah. I don't know what the genre of hip-hop would do without the yeah. To be fair, that's a classic drum break. Go with the flow. That must be an old sample of a song called Go with the Flow. Go with the flow. Like I was about to say, right? Don't take when I say things like what would hip-hop do without yeah.
Your concurrence in the
To
above
heart.
is assumed.
Stephen Hawking is the overarching narrator of the album. Who'd have thought that? I was going to say, rock music is full of that kind of shit as well. What would rock music do without Baby? Baby, baby, baby. I actually can't really listen to Led Zeppelin anymore because of Robert Plant going on about Baby, baby. Baby, ooh, baby, baby. For the baby. That sounds a little bit mad villainy, doesn't it?
Reality cracked to pieces. Nothing eases. Being chastised with blood
A bit,
baptized.
food.
Revives, acknowledge past lives. Statements will be made. Acknowledge me. My mind
Because
is heaven's gate, so enter
the drum beat
my
is
mind's
off.
the gate, so help
It's
to try
off
to flee.
grid. It's
Both
off
gates
grid.
look the same, which will it be?
It's off grid.
Demon scream from thought process.
It's like
semen, child-born stress.
It's like an old man
Body wants
just
to sleep, but the mind can't rest.
stuttering
Measure,
through the
pleasure
street
through financial
with a walking
progress.
stick. One of those
When it come to currency,
like
love is
notched
non-existent. Foes mock to fire. Friends become so
pieces of wood that's all like gnarled. A gnarly walking stick.
Foes I despise, disguise as allies. The sabotage camouflage.
What the f is that drum beat doing?
To see God look into my eyes. To see the devil, then you look into my eyes.
As I rise from hell's equator.
Cause I'ma slow it up.
Right, he's referencing it. He's referencing it.
Speed 'em up,
Slowing it down, speeding it up.
Brain sick, tick, tick, tick,
Tick, tick, tick, tock.
Slow it up,
Featuring
speed it
MF
up,
Grimm.
slow it up, speed it up, metal fingers, feed
Who's
beats,
MF
Grim
Grimm?
Reaper, eat it up, speed it up, slow it up.
Is that just Doom
speed
with
it
another
up,
name again,
slow
or
it
is
up,
that a different
brain
person?
sick, tick, 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 MF,
Tick,
blow
tick,
it up,
tick.
take air, compress it, bless it, Mitch loops like Ku Klux, MF don't give
So the
two
song
fucks.
even
Nigga,
references
quarterback, blitz, pop. quickly.
The song name
leave
Tick
game with concussion.
is
See it
referencing
stalls and mumbles.
time.
This happens to any MC that
Hence-
wants to rumble. Dynasties destroyed like Harringtons and Colbys. Noise, reduce, MF, thanks and Dolby. Yes, in half like Obi-Wan Kenobi. Greatest of all time, God straight up told me. Greatest of all time, the devil even told me. Icicles on surface of sun, we live in coldly. Prophets being phony. Every attack.
I've been having a lot of
Still kill Jack,
Chipotle sauce with stuff recently. Is that how you pronounce it? I wanted to call it chipolata, but that's something.
Yes,
that's something different. Chipotle. Chipotle.
Sacrifice must pay respect. We catch rack,
Chipotle.
We catch rack.
Sauce.
And
it's kind of like a mayonnaise. It's lovely.
Slow it up, speed it up, slow it up, speed it up. Metal fingers, feet.
For some reason, this is making me think of Chipotle. Chipotle sauce.
Slow it up, brain sick, tick, tick, tick. MF, blow it up. Boom. MF Grim, MF Doom.
MF Doom. This is actually a really difficult listen because the brain does not like beats being slowed down and sped up. Have you noticed that? It's why no one ever does it. In the rock genre, bands who play live will naturally speed up. So get a song like Stairway to Heaven that starts at this pace but ends at this pace. But to slow down and speed up again is a no-no in rock. A no-no in rock. And I would suggest in hip-hop as well. However, Mr. Doom is doing it on purpose. King Ghidorah. Take me to your leader! Whoa. It sounds like he's sampling some old disco song. Right. Put the name of the sample on the screen, I suppose. I mean, it's going to be from about... It sounds like it's from about 1977. Whoa!
I remember when, last past November, when Clown King got pounded in with the Timberland. They left him trembling, he was not remembering. Never tuck your denim in, just
Red and Gold, featuring King Ghidorah. Spelt differently.
When I could feel it in my melanin, it's compelling us to break them off. No,
yeah, spelled differently.
No science fiction to no
so on this, it's spelled.
Fuck with you frequently, like how phases of the moon would do. You could gather around like it was.
See how it's spelled there, right?
Directly to the bitch. You may be blinded by the scripts.
And how it's spelled when he does an actual album.
All hail, King Ghidorah, the third rail. 700 volts holds rap to a standstill. Fool, ignore the rule. Fuck up and get his man killed. True bottle of dog got his hands filled. And so goes the days of our lives as the hourglass sand spill. And Bill with passion and a glass of his head. And the lights went down. Oh! And I knew it was.
What's this sample?
Wig twisting season. Where some could get their wig twisted back within reason.
I'm glad I wore a jacket now. This feels like the right appropriate wear for 1977.
Choice of flow is shit. He's the villain with the $1 million voice throat trick. He's like a ventriloquist with his fist in the speaker back. Couldn't think of no unique track, no sneak attack. It don't really matter how big them is, so much as a nipple. Cause you can have a chick with D triple, except the nipple little. This hot off the griddle, like how he do monkey rhymes, like monkey in the middle by his damn self. Ain't no average MC ahead of me. Getting cheddar instead of the probably better pedigree.
I'm doing disco vocals.
Names, sit games as Rick James, messy games. Side fly such as Jesse James. Glass
I keep hearing about Rick James. I don't really know. I know hip hop artists sample him a lot, but I don't really know. Maybe this is a Rick James sample. I don't know. You tell me.
All else worthless to say. That's when I knew it was the first day.
When the lights went down.
Wig twisting season. Where some could get their wig twisted back within reasoning. Mostly whiskey crimes of treason, man.
I'm trying to get the tambourine.
If there's no squeezing even this evening.
Now the tambourine's holding Danny Brown up. Whoa!
just like a mosquito.
The drums got really deep then.
Resent the act. I've been bent back since my physical went back, since culture more.
He's been bent back since his physical.
Elbow in this hellhole. Hold your head, use your head and hold, or be dead and cold. In the worstest way, soon as the
Go
leaves
Shakers
show,
instead.
let it go to round Nimrod release day. And all else, needless to say. Wait a motherfucking minute, true facts presented. The names was probably changed just to protect who ain't in it. The XP was 3/4 tinted, 4/5 was converted. Where his shit was twisted, ask him if he heard it.
MF Doom's drum splices are so haphazard.
Wig twisting season, where some could get their wigs twisted back within reasoning.
Other people would say they're wrong.
They're
not
types
wrong.
of different styles of treason.
Just different. Yeah, so it is the same King Ghidorah, just spelt differently as the feature on this song compared to on the actual album that he made. I think, looking into it, the spelling of Ghidorah, even in the Japanese manga, the Godzilla stuff, and the pronunciation differs all the time. Me. What a mental place to stop. I would suggest MF Doom had issues.
I'll have to go ahead with my experiment right now.
Like mental issues, which when pressed onto plastic made him unique.
Are you ready, Carstairs? All set. My moment of triumph is at hand.
A moment of triumph is at hand. A cartoon explosion.
Messed up.
Messed up!
Doesn't look bad.
Great.
Messed up is an understatement.
It looks bad.
Okay, then at least tell me what that thing is that you're doing.
Tell me what that thing is. Sexual?
This figure in the middle is not even coming out right. I already got like the hands like on the side, it's like the hands of Doom. They're like
Oh, right.
representing the city.
I was
the
putting a
environment,
sexual
rock
slant on that,
artist.
which wasn't actually there.
And he's like
This is the skit.
he's like by himself in
The
his own
hands of
world
Doom.
and whatnot. He don't care about nobody around him. And that's what the hands
I'll tell you what
are,
though, the
everybody
next
around
song,
him.
Yeah, who is this character? That's you.
Who told you? Who gave
like the
who gave you
beach,
that
the
idea?
seagulls.
Come on, man, I've been knowing for a long time that was you.
I've been knowing a long time it's you.
Damn, man.
Wow, that's good. Wow. I could listen to this sample all day. He's gonna fade it. That was brilliant. Who do you think I am? Who you think I am? Question mark. This looks like it's a big song. It's featuring X-Ray, Rodan,
You think I am, boo, you want me to be?
Megalon KD, King Ghidorah again, and Kong. I never have a clue which ones are people and which ones aren't. Just
watch the
MF
birdie,
Doom.
watch the clock go tick tock. I rip shot. I make your girls spot on lip jock. Your word to the truckers at the pit stop. I'm hip hop. I hold heat. Never forget what niggas told me. They showed me other MCs trying to fold me. They
Proper
owe me.
old school rap. When I say old school rap, I'm talking about the sort of rap I heard when people used to wear huge clocks around their neck. Remember that? Clocks, not clocks. Clocks.
Yo, we used to be our friend though.
clocks
Yeah, but
around
that's the
their neck.
reason I don't really like to let
What's that all
go.
about?
Corner cylindrical triangle hat says dunce. Lyrics precise like forensic science. Leave you in tango for months. Trying to figure who done it. Your friend got your shit studied. Didn't have to be that way. Some sort of light coming in, they shunned it. For the wickedness of those who despise life and worship death. Be a savage, match it eye for eye, two for two, breath for breath. In the last days of the countdown, shit is just that drastic. Write journals like a evil prophet, study math like an Aztec.
Loved, not who you think I am, who you want me to be. A true thug and MC, true thugs with no strings attached. Who wanna give you my slugs and don't wanna take them. Box sprays with my box cutter in my boxes. Shot spray, holding cops hostage with rosters. Rockaway Boulevard, got love obnoxious. Got 5 cops today, my rockaway niggas that rock braids. Got paid, A-Rock, you know how I rock. Meet me at the lobsters. I suggest I should dress proper. Cop the buzz, I cop the Dutch. I got a lot of love. with no strings attached.
Rhymes, 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 we got plenty. Times, 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 too many. Sparked up and tapped to keep counting. I do my thing, jealous niggas keep doubting. Rock and roll, lock and low. MC's alpha pasta gold.
Bit of phlegm in the throat there. Rock and roll, rock and roll.
All the jats, all the bullshit mixes is. Give them credit, not dead it. We just flip the calisthenic, toss the Andy Pettit, to set it. We grand slamming and never bystanding, and pussy MCs we abandoned.
Flew in from Monster Island just to rag shit with jet lag. When brothers specialize in ways how it's not to get bagged. Egads, I bring confusion like roll call to MCs. So-called hoes be like, yup, I told y'all. So socialize, my bio show I dip, dive. Memorize like I Omega zip drive. Go to the bar to drink to get
actually, I think MF Doom would appreciate this shit.
Cobra like King Cobra.
Can't get a
I
cup
really
like
do.
homemade, a whole heat so sweet.
He makes an album in his bedroom, puts it out to the world,
we show the reload,
and then over 20 years later, some bloke in England wearing a jacket with his music.
Some eyes make the case last stagger like a rocker drinking vodka hit note like Sinatra at an opera drop a flocker over it and rocker get you got 2 shots to 2 L without the pop before the average knocker hit the liquor quicker than a quicker picker up a girl and sticker. I leave more nuts than a snicker kicker to the curb park a bitch stomp a chick for now call me calm monster out monster click loved. Not who you think I am, who you want me to be. A true thug and MC, true thugs with no strings attached. Who wanna give you my slugs and don't wanna take them back.
That's probably my favourite sound at the moment. The sound of the there we go. Sound of the spring. Are you going to join me for side 2? Side 2. 012. Side 2. Let's change the record. Record, we want side 2 now, which is weirdly side 3, I suppose. So we're having side 2. Yeah, all right. Let's do it. Come on, then. Let's do this. We're going to start with side 2. Doom, Are You Awake? Skit. Okay.
Doom.
Yes. Whoa.
Are you awake?
Are you awake?
Yes, but what do you want?
I take it all the references to Doom
It's a miracle
Marvel.
that you didn't kill Carstairs as well as yourself.
Okay.
So before you cause greater harm, get out of here!
So he's put the beats
This
to
is just a minor
the sample from the
disappointment.
cartoon.
I shall overcome it.
I shall overcome it!
The failure of Doom's experiment did not end his tragedy. For a few days later, his bandages were removed.
His bandages were removed.
There. How horrible!
How horrible! Eyes without a face.
What have I done to myself? My face is hideous! He made me hurry my experiment. Now I must hide my face from all mankind. But he will pay.
what I was looking for.
How he will pay.
So after his face was ruined, he just seemed to disappear. Why did Doom threaten just Well, like I said, he just disappeared. I'll never forget that day.
And after this skit, we're going into Hey! Exclamation mark. Okay, a proper traditional drum beat, straight out of the drum machine.
Let me know if y'all with me, y'all.
However,
Just a couple of things I want to say.
being Doom, it's still
I only play the games that I win at and stay the same with more rhymes and it's ways to skin cats. As a matter of fact, let me rephrase. With more rhymes and ways to fillet felines and these days. Watch the path of the black
mentioning
one.
cats,
Supervillain, he reps clubs,
felines.
in the drunken stupid chillin', ready and willing.
Who knows? I need to reverse. I need to rewind to see what he's actually talking about. But let's talk about Catwoman for a second. I have a thing, I shouldn't admit this. This is without alcohol. Blame the caffeine. I've got a thing for women dressed as cats. Yeah. When you go onto certain sites and see what people have pre-typed in the search bar, woman dressed as cat.
Hit him with a penny so we could get these peanuts. And I thought we was nuts. I used to get.
So yeah, in Batman, Catwoman, pretty much every incarnation has done it for me.
Misbehaving rap stars need listament. Call me Mr. Bent. I'm at where your sister went. Intelligent, used to write and be well spoke. Now all a nigga wanna do is fight and sell. Tell joke. This could lead to catastrophe. About to stop the violence right after these last.
I think my favourite one, the reason I went quiet then was because I was trying to think of my favourite Catwoman. And my favourite one was the woman who featured in Columbo. And because I'm now listening to MF Doom, I can't remember her name. I'll put her on the screen anyway. She only played Catwoman for a little bit. I think before Eartha Kitt. And then someone else played Catwoman in the 66 film. I think Merivale? No, that's Animal Collective. Merriweather? Julie Newmar. Julie Newmar. Julie Newmar was the best Catwoman. The Catwoman from my youth was Michelle Pfeiffer, but Julie Newmar. Holy shit. Holy shit.
Rhyme of the month, 2 pages long.
Rhyme of the month.
Off 2 gauges with my cape on wrong. Sun is on, remind me of a Raekwon tape song.
You know for a fact, and I know for a fact, that we could do another video just analysing the lyrics. And I think we might do that. You could have got away if it was not for them meddling kids. Right, that was a Scooby-Doo reference. I could have got away with it if it weren't for those meddling kids. Everyone thinks Shaggy had a big Adam's apple. He didn't have an Adam's apple at all. Scooby-Doo, where are you? We got some work to do now. Come on, Scooby-Doo, where are you? Come on. That was the best Scooby-Doo theme tune. Whoa! Okay. You can hear the building blocks of the beat sometimes. Whoa! Come on!
Greenbacks.
Yeah!
Greenbacks. Mean stacks.
Mean stacks.
Greenbacks.
Fly tramp, that's what she called me. Cause I don't wear no Stetson hats like Paul C. As y'all see, who give a fuck?
Paul C?
What is it? These styles will be flipped to the absolute exquisite.
When I was a kid, the biggest TV show on telly was Dallas. So when I grew up, I wanted to wear a Stetson like JR. Never happened. It never happened. The nearest I got was this. Hang on.
Or crazy how to touch the tattoo through the short sleeve. Which one you want? I'm like, if there was comp, fuck around. A nigga like me probably run up in all 3. King Ghidorah, what they call me. Either Caesar or Baldy. Probably half moon since last y'all saw me on the D-Lo. I slaughter solo MCs, they paper thin. In they Polo Nautica or DK men.
Operation Greenbacks.
It's funny how
featuring Megalon.
Difference. Notice parables of
Not
3 and every other
Megatron.
Entrance. For instance,
Rejuvenate.
On the real, choose your weapon, microphone, beats, or the wheels of steel.
Oh, I like that. Choose your weapon, microphone, beats, or the wheels of steel.
I like to give an extra special shout out to Jet Jaguar,
fellas,
Sun, Moon, and Star.
Choose your weapons. Sorry, I'm offering you a drink. King Ghidorah. think it seems like MF Doom kept returning to the same kind of stock base of samples. In '99, he had Japanese Godzilla shit, Scooby-Doo. And then 10 years later, 5 years later,
what a fella, like salt, pepper,
he had Scooby-Doo, Japanese
if I'm
manga
not with
shit.
George in the jungle, if he not with Stella or either Priscilla, I'm doing dips on Godzilla. Yo, y'all know he don't play right. TNT throws a nigga out a moving van in broad daylight, and he was shackled by hands and feet.
Friends
then they
with,
say he tried to
Ross.
escape once his face scraped the concrete.
Ross Geller.
At the curb on Monster Island, 103 Street, where brothers run the
his
risk
wife
of getting
says,
swallowed once the beast eat. I'd rather
how about
lay
we
in the
call our
cut
kid Helen?
Like cash pay. Only TNT I see. Geller gets
Helen
cash
Geller?
pay. With Mary Jane and Ginger, both of which spent the night by accident. I creep like a ninja. When the Mac is bent, who
I creep like a ninja.
Get broke up like three-piece nunchuck. Y'all sunstruck.
Like three-piece nunchuck. It's weird, isn't it? In the 80s and the 90s, I think, in this country, in the UK, nunchuckers, Japanese ninja nunchucks, were banned. They weren't allowed to be discussed. They weren't allowed to be seen on the TV screen. So because of that, when we had, in America, you had the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. We had the Teenage Mutant Hero Turtles because we weren't allowed to use the word ninja. And whenever they used their nunchucks in this country, they just had salami sausages. Salami sausages. Shut up. Salami sausages.
Feel the magnetism between us. The mic. Growing stronger, stronger. Why don't we do it?
I was in a case.
I mean, that's quite a strong sample being used there.
It was just a number. She never told me she was knocked up by the
Whoa, listen to that drum beat.
Had me locked up. My aunt came and got me and steadied the block.
Maybe that's the original sample. That's a Lynn drum, isn't it?
With no attachments.
It's got that
a little loose, blowing up
that
every spot.
gated reverb on the snare. That proper Phil Collins thing.
We played the stage standing by the speaker, and suddenly, who tapped me about to get real ill? Already repped the whole club with metal faces, still will. What a sweet surprise, her with the fly eyes and fine. She pulled me to the sidelines. The mystery silent with strong words. She was an intelligent wisdom and a songbird. I met her last week at the same place. She stepped to me the same way at a no shame pace. I'm off guard. Her game had me
He drops the beat out just when I've got a feel for it.
Till I spoke up. 7 whole days and nights, not a word from you. I was worried. I thought I would have heard from you. Stranger, you know I'll never get enough of you.
I was
How you be coming through? Myself and 2 air lights, I ran through this crew of 3. In my earlier days, they showed me things new to me. So we knew mad brothers who they had hit off. They even used to watch each other just to rock.
I mean, that is a drum beat. That is, it's basically like a bricklayer making a wall of drum beats.
With these chickens and ended up broke. You
A
find
wall
out
of
who's a
drum
man's
beats.
when you broke like a bad
Each
joke.
brick
Funny when
is
you
a
on,
beat.
you got mad folk. I played the middle
drum,
man in every
a
little
bricklayer,
scam. Some as complex as
wearing a
hip-hop
vest,
little jam.
sweat,
I find it
big
trite
muscles,
as I think about rappers, walk up
cement,
on the stinking mouth.
cementing
About this and that, from sneakers to
a
hats
wall
to cats. Freak chicks
of
with their
Phil
booty
Collins
cat
drum
raps.
beats.
And the stat included dice and that. I'm at a
With a
black
trowel.
top with the diva, with the fatty fat. I played it back, steady
You
on
can
the
see that
humble.
I wish I had, in some ways,
Ready to rumble.
I don't want the beer gut, the beer belly, but in some ways I would like to figure the strength of a bricklayer.
Forgetting together, baby. I always knew our love was meant to be.
Let's just say this, I have very soft hands.
Feel the magnetism.
Feel the magnetism. Feel the magnetism between us. Stronger.
Why don't we do it?
Why don't we do it in the road? Why don't we do it in the road? Yeah. Why don't we do it in the road? Yeah. Too much coffee. I've got to say that before I pressed record today, I'd already had one of these. And then I made a fresh one for this.
What of him?
Tell me about it.
Of doom, my dear lady. As I stood outside your door, I heard quite a bit of your story. If you wish, I'll add mine to clear up the mystery of Doom's transition.
Clear up the mystery of Doom's transition. Wow. Wow. Doom was transitioning back in 1999. He was ahead of the game. Are you going to join me for side 3? Okay. What are we going to start with? Side 3, Dead Bent. Then Gas Draws. Then a question mark featuring Curious. And then we're going to end with Hero versus Villain. The epilogue featuring E. Mason. Dead Bent.
God damn it. Super motherfucking villain, god damn it.
Super motherfucking villain, god damn it.
Yo, this dip try to tell us. Ooh, you're like the sun.
We got an old sort of soul sample there.
When you come around, you bring brighter days.
Someone singing out of tune.
Microphone check 1 2 1 2 1 2. He told her I will rock this microphone always. I hold the mic like niggas hold their girls tight, but I ain't after her. Probably your Acura Pearl White.
I hold a mic like people hold their girls tight.
More times and dimes in the prison. When you broke north,
I do love women.
Like Riddick at the Garden True. That's the garden me, pardon you. Cheapers, I was told back. The whole gang access to my beeper. Call back my secretary gatekeeper. Like I ain't peeper. I said, darling, you was stupid though. You know the super villain.
I especially love Supergirl. I've got a thing for Catwoman, but if I had to weigh up whether I prefer Catwoman or Supergirl, I've got big problems. And with a flow to pull a fraud nigga foul from out in front of him. When we were jaw, we had tons of fun. Me and my duns and them, actual true and living sons of them. Dead planets and guard jewels, throwing divine rules to come through. We will overcharge you. Ooh, and won't feel remorse for shit. Except for one time, once I had took my fronts out and lost some shit. Scientific on berserk like Red Alert. I really want to pick up was nerd for cheddar dirt. I'm sure he's referencing just the term Red Alert, as in Red Alert. But I've talked about this before as well. I lost my mind playing Command and Conquer Red Alert in the mid-90s. Lost the girl because of it. I spent more time playing Red Alert than I did. That's life. Sometimes you only know the mistakes you make in hindsight. Unfortunately.
Metal Phase 2. Operation Doomsday.
I asked someone earlier, what do you think MF stands for in MF Doom? And she said, motherfucker. Motherfucker. And I said, no! Surprisingly, no! Surprisingly, no. Metal Face. Although I believe over the years it had other connotations, but I think at this point, Metal Face.
Might snatch your life like assault machine. Rifle, dead up, set up like bullfight. Be blooded how will I couldn't white or in full flight. The unemotional, call me antisocial.
Oh, I used to play live, so
Death Tally commercial. Death Valley is like
around the time this album was released, 99, that was probably the height of my live playing. Yeah, 99, 2001, on the stage.
Hell and gas drawers. The super villain cooler than a million.
It's a shame that it's a shame I'm not. Oh, listen, arc at me now. It's a shame I'm not regarded higher, more. I'm gonna try to get it right in the YouTube titles because people are putting these titles that entice people in. But I'm a former Britpop singer. Britpop singer reacts. Former Britpop singer. Rock guitarist. Punk singer reacts to Operation Doomsday. What is it? What's going to be the breakthrough? Punk singer Former Britpop singer ignores lyrics on Operation Doomsday.
Whoever hook or hurt her. Next to malicious murder, track type vicious. Fulfilling the pipe wishes, the missions may be legal. Minus the baby eagle, any given summer's eve, don't breathe. 16 shots, I do believe, and one up the sleeve. Master of the O, who predict your last pause. I told y'all, hell and gas, drawers breaking glass and plastic jaw like federal drastic law. Fed up from fighting secret war with them Fantastic Four. Versus Doom with the metal face.
Fantastic Four versus Doom with the metal face. I mean,
steady like tricycles, beware all suckers.
It's certainly true that in terms of adopting his persona,
before I hit the clip though, I'ma spit till I pronounce more hits than an ounce, no doubt. About to bounce, extra unannounced, I'm out.
MF Doom.
And I like to give a shout out.
Kind of adopted the persona of MF of Doom, Dr. Doom. And then I take it, then built upon it.
I call this joint right here gas drawers. In hell with yours.
My servants began to forge what was to become the most dreaded costume on the face of the earth.
Most dreaded costume on the face of the earth.
The thing to fit was the mask. Would it conform to my twisted features and comfort?
Dr. Doom.
He cleans his metal mask with gasoline. They after him last seen pulling chick like a fiend, pull a fast one.
Because he must have. This must have been the first time that he adopted the persona. So he's. It's an album where he's also telling you about it.
Stand close to his main man like a chain gang. Who give a fuck about
main man like a chain gang?
That's no mystery. Like Hardy Boys do with Nancy Drew. Sorta with her drawers down quarter.
Nancy Drew.
Ex-daughter brings slaughter like
when I was a kid, I used to watch Nancy Drew adventures on the TV. It was like a girl. I'm trying to remember it. A girl who investigated crimes.
Every day feel like it's an off day with Ferris Bueller. Brother Poole,
he's referencing Ferris Bueller. And I've already referenced Ferris Bueller earlier. So I want the fact that I referenced him already to be acknowledged.
Like a Muppet, keep it simple, can't trust it. Lights the fuel, mic is the tool. Drink Jack, kick back, drop jewel. Finish what I start.
I've drunk plenty of Jack in my time.
Can't explain it, inhale, confuse it more. Cop the 4-4, contemplate, meditate, dictate. I direct my direct fate. Coming of late, curious. Can I say shit? Do it for Cotto Rock, do it for K-Nick.
R.I.P.
K-N-I-T, sub-R-O-C.
R.I.P. We're referencing fallen comrades here.
Send y'all ready to public. Or y'all motherfuckers get school slam on sight. By candlelight, my hand to write these rhymes till I'm burnt out. Mostly from experience, shit that I learned about. Topics and views generally concerned about. With different ways to come up and earn clout. I take a look at my life and pace the trails from top bleak and savage females with fake nails to face veils. You out your frame but still bagging them too. You know I know. These hoes be asking me from you. Like my twin brother. We did everything together from hundreds of
most of my viewers are male. As men, what do we think of fake nails? I suppose women do it because it makes them feel good.
I keep a flicker you with the machete sword in your hand.
Do we need it?
According to plan, man.
And now I seek revenge on the one who forced me to hide behind this mask. Don't move, you fools. Within my gauntlet is concealed a most effective weapon. Why are you smiling? Now!
The end of doom.
The end of doom.
I only wish we could be certain of that, Commissioner.
Oh, yeah? I'll bet you we won't see him again until Doomsday. Get it?
Get it?
Doomsday.
Doomsday.
Yeah, we
Get
get it.
Oh, brother.
ended Doom's plans for world destruction.
And that ended Doom's plans for world destruction. How did you manage to stop him?
I rearranged the circuit.
We rearranged the circuit.
My ability to attack is faster than the Cobra.
Very helpful. And I will be certain not to make the same mistakes as Doom.
We're sandwiching an album.
What's the hero? Who's the villain?
The skits are the bread.
Dead or living? Doom. Kill or killing?
His rhymes within rhymes are the salami.
Wicked and evil.
The buttered salami.
Annihilation and outcast.
Actually, the fact that Doom made an album
that breed heroes, villain planes.
Referencing nothing but food
they describe symbols
makes him the greatest artist of all time.
Who knows why it's like this? Hero, hit, or Ole Miss? Maybe it's all good. Really up God?
Listen
or
to
who
this.
should determine the real evil?
Again, we're ending with the strangeness of his
they don't
beat
know
making.
The yin from the yang, and are ashamed to deviate or act sane. From the norm, they are slaves forced to conform. To really find your essence, take this as a lesson.
Hero
Break
versus
away from
villain.
The rest of them. Get from the form ending. Like the villain in the song, find truth who determines wrong from right without a fist fight. Different from day than from night. It's just a simple play on words to delete all these punk ass herbs. Who's the hero? What's the villain? The question still remains chilling.
Who's the hero and who's the villain?
Very hard to use it.
That's often what
Open
you.
up and research, and that's the end of this.
That's
verse.
the kind of Batman
Y'all niggas
vibe,
keep
isn't
your
it?
minds open out there.
So like, fuck you.
And the way Spider-Man was treated.
Fuck all that shit, man. I'm leaving.
But in life as well, you can even apply it to yourself.
Why the hell are you leaving, man?
Some days I feel like I'm the hero, but some days I feel like I'm the villain.
Finish my piece, man. Now this lady around, man.
More often than not, at the moment, I'm the villain.
I don't like that shit, man. I don't want no fucking bitches taking in my shit, man. Relax. Nah, man, that shit is fucked up, man. That shit can get us busted over here, man. Don't you relax that? Relax, man. It's for the Nah, I'm not gonna relax, man. I'm getting the fuck out of here. Look, we got a car. She's got a car parked right over there, man.
A little bit of a 50s vibe here. A little bit theremin-y. A little bit B-movie, sci-fi.
Conceal his own mangled form, right? Yeah.
So like, fuck
The drum beats,
Do yourself a favor.
they're now flamming.
Do yourself.
Flamming. He's flamming with his fingers. He's flamming with his fingers. 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 That's it. That was Operation Doomsday by MF Doom. Yeah, I think that's going to take multiple listens. Very first listen, disregarding lyrics, much to everyone's consternation, I'm sure. It was exactly what I was expecting. I always say, I don't know what to expect. I don't know what to expect. I was expecting an amalgamation, like a collage of old cartoon samples, bits and pieces from TV, bits and pieces from film. I was expecting haphazard, awkward drum beats, totally off the grid, placed old school. I was expecting smooth vocals, some great rhyming schemes. I'll need to re-listen to that to get the lyrics and to get those rhymes. I appreciate that I probably spoke over some stuff where he was referencing his brother, which might upset people, but overall, that was great because it's MF Doom. It's MF Doom. Thank you very much. Hit like, hit subscribe, go to my Patreon page and give me some money so I can do more of this. I'm continuing my journey into the realm of hip-hop from my former position of guitar player of white indie kid rock band, right? Thank you. Till next time. Over and